what are the next steps and concrete actions to take place in the ETF? And the ETF guidance gives some very practical steps that can be taken in negotiating workplace policies, in formulating gender responsive risk assessments, and ensuring that there's a very important gender-based violence focus to these developments. It's really important to ensure that everybody in the union knows about what they can do and the part that they can play in ending violence and harassment against women in the world of work. This could be something very small or it could be something large, but it's important to end the silence around violence and harassment and to ensure that everyone, regardless of their work situations, knows that they are protected through workplace policies and that prevention measures exist in the workplace and that these are designed to eliminate violence and harassment. Building this awareness around violence and harassment and having a gender responsive approach is crucial, and how it benefits everybody is really important, that everybody is aware of this. One of the things that we often say around the impact of workplace policies and around respectful and appropriate behaviour is that this can have a wider societal effect as well. If we stand up to violence and harassment in the workplace, we can stand up to it at home, in the family, in the community, in public spaces. We can use it as a basis for ending institutional sexism, a culture of harassment, to ensure safety and inclusion and equality of everybody at work. Ensuring there's a gender responsive approach also means recognising the inequalities that arise as a result of multiple and intersecting inequalities, for example, faced by racialised or minoritised women in the workplace, amongst disabled women, amongst migrant workers and so on. It's important that men stand up against violence and harassment, and including that in standing up against domestic violence. One of the great things to see in the campaign for the Convention 190 and also the current ratification campaign is that men have been allies in standing up to gender-based violence and campaigning for strong workplace measures and risk assessments. And this is essential to trade union awareness and campaigning in ending violence and harassment. It's really important that trade unions are actively campaigning to ratify Convention 190 and to do so in your country, to put pressure on governments and to ensure that employers are brought on board. This means making sure that every government introduces all the relevant laws that are necessary for implementing the convention, and that the employers are aware of the obligations and requirements on them, and that this is implemented through a social dialogue approach, where there are bipartite and tripartite social dialogue approaches. It's really important, and crucially to include this into collective bargaining at sectoral, workplace and company levels. Another really important issue and next step to take is to make sure that women transport workers are involved as being part of the solution, that they're involved in sectoral, company and workplace initiatives in collective bargaining. It's important to think outside of the box, accept that existing economic and power inequalities not only shape the way that the workplace is organised, but also how workers are valued and rewarded. But this also includes a perspective about a gender-responsive approach. Ratifying the ILO Convention on Violence and Harassment is really important. Getting involved in campaigns in your union, making sure that women know about the campaigns, that they're involved and their voices are heard. Hold your governments to account. No European government voted against Convention 190 in the International Labour Conference in 2019. None should be excluded from this process of ratification. Making it everybody's business to end gender-based violence is really crucial. It includes multiple actions from governments, from employers in the workplace, and indeed from wider society. It means taking account of gender inequalities, recognising the diversity of women, and ensuring that it improves workplace culture, that we have effective work organisation, that we address the potential risks is really crucial to ensuring that everybody plays their part in ending violence and harassment against women transport workers.